everyone, welcome back to Sidekick English, the podcast where English is your friendly sidekick in real life. If you want to learn English for beginners and talk about your daily life with confidence, you are in the right place. Today, we have a super useful topic: how to talk about your day in English. Your daily routine. This is perfect if you want to talk to new friends, classmates, co-workers, or teachers. In this episode, you will learn a lot of daily routine vocabulary and natural sentences. And you are not alone. I have my amazing co-host with me. Theo, say hi.
Hey, what's up, everyone? I'm Theo. I'm so happy to be your English sidekick today. We're going to talk about mornings, afternoons, evenings, and all the little things we do every day. Before we start, don't forget to subscribe to the channel, like this video, and share it with a friend who is also learning English. When you do that, you help our little sidekick English family grow.
All right. In this episode, we're going to tell you about our own daily routines. You'll hear real sentences that you can use to describe your day. Listen, relax, and imagine you're just chatting with two friends. Let's start with mornings. Theo, you go first. What is your typical morning like?
Okay, but warning. My morning is not very perfect Instagram lifestyle. It's more like real human being who is always a little bit tired. On a normal day, I wake up at around 7 a.m., sometimes 7:15, sometimes 7:20. My alarm goes off, and I just stare at the ceiling for a few seconds and think, why is morning a thing? After that, I get up and I check my phone. I know it's a bad habit, but I do it. I check messages, social media, and the weather. Then I go to the bathroom. I brush my teeth, I wash my face, and I look in the mirror. Sometimes I say, you can do it, Theo, one more day. Then I make coffee. Coffee is very important for my daily routine. I usually have a cup of coffee and a small breakfast. Sometimes I eat toast with jam, sometimes cereal, sometimes nothing, because I'm late. While I drink my coffee, I like to listen to music or a podcast in English. I sit on my sofa and I just wake up slowly. After that, I get dressed. I put on jeans, a t-shirt, and usually a hoodie. Very simple. Around 8 a.m., I start work or study. I usually work from home, so I sit at my desk, turn on my laptop, and open my email. That's my basic morning routine.
That sounds very familiar, especially the stare at the ceiling part. Same here. My morning routine is a little different. I usually wake up at 6:30 a.m. I know. It's a little early, but I like quiet mornings. When I wake up, I turn off my alarm and I sit up in bed slowly. I don't like jumping out of bed. I need a soft start. First, I drink a glass of water. I always keep water next to my bed. Then I open the window and let some fresh air in. I like to stretch a little. Nothing crazy, just simple stretches. After that, I go to the bathroom. I brush my teeth, wash my face, and put on some moisturizer. Then I make my bed. This is very important in my daily routine. If my bed is not made, my brain is not happy. Next, I make breakfast. I usually have oatmeal with fruit or yogurt with granola. And of course, tea. I'm more of a tea person, sometimes green tea, sometimes black tea. While I eat breakfast, I like to listen to the news or a short English video. Around 7:15 or 7:30, I get dressed and get ready for the day. Some days I go to work and I take the bus or the metro. On other days, I work from home. When I go out, I usually leave my apartment around 8 a.m. So Theo, we both wake up, we both check our phones, and we both need something hot to drink. Very normal.
Very human. So now let's give our listeners some useful vocabulary for morning routines. I'll say a phrase, and you can think about your own routine. Wake up, get up, turn off the alarm, make the bed, go to the bathroom, brush your teeth, take a shower, Wash your face, get dressed, have breakfast, drink coffee, drink tea, check your phone, go to work, go to school. These are very common verbs and phrases you can use to talk about your morning.
Yes. For example, you can say, I wake up at 7 a.m. I get up at 7:10. I brush my teeth and wash my face. I have coffee and toast for breakfast. I get dressed and go to work. Simple sentences are great. You don't need complicated grammar to talk about your day. The simple present is perfect for daily routine.
Exactly. Now, let's move to the middle of the day, the afternoon. What do you usually do in the afternoon, Maya?
So it depends on the day. But on a normal work day, I usually have lunch at around 12:30 or 1 p.m. I often eat at my desk, which is not ideal, but sometimes I'm busy. I usually have something quick, like a salad, a sandwich, or leftovers from dinner. After lunch, I continue working. I answer emails, I go to meetings, I work on my projects. Sometimes, I feel tired after lunch, so I like to take a short break. I stand up, I walk a little, I stretch, or I just look out the window and think about my life choices. Around 3 p.m., I usually need another drink, sometimes tea, sometimes just water. I try not to drink too much coffee in the afternoon, or I can't sleep at night. If I work from home, I sometimes do a quick 10-minute workout in the afternoon, just to move my body. It helps my brain wake up again.
That's very healthy. My afternoon is a little different. I usually have lunch at around 1 p.m. I like to cook simple food like pasta, rice with vegetables, or a sandwich. Sometimes I order food, but I try to cook at home because it's cheaper. After lunch, I often feel sleepy, so I like to go for a short walk. I walk around my neighborhood, listen to music or a podcast, and get some fresh air. Then I come back and continue working or studying. In the afternoon, I usually have meetings or online calls. I also write, edit videos, or prepare lessons. Sometimes I go to a cafe to work. I like the sound of people talking and cups clinking. It helps me focus. I usually finish most of my work around 5 or 6 p.m., but sometimes I work later, especially if I have a deadline.
So, afternoon vocabulary time. Listen to these useful phrases. Have lunch. Take a break. Go for a walk. Check emails. Have a meeting. Work from home. Study at the library. Drink water. Drink coffee. Feel tired. Finish work. Finish school. You can use these to describe your own afternoon. For example, I have lunch at 12:30. I usually have rice and vegetables. I take a short break and go for a walk. I finish work at 5 p.m.
Nice. And by the way, if you want more episodes like this, please subscribe, like, and share this video. It really helps. And it's free, cheaper than coffee, and healthier than cake. Now, let's talk about evenings and nights, because this is when a lot of people relax, see friends, or study English. In the evening, I usually finish work around 6 or 6:30 p.m. After that, I like to relax a little. Sometimes I lie on the sofa and scroll on my phone for 10 minutes. Okay, fine, 20 minutes. Then I start thinking about dinner. I usually cook something simple, like rice with vegetables, chicken, or pasta. I like cooking, but I don't like washing the dishes, so I try to use as few dishes as possible. I usually have dinner around 7:30 or 8 p.m. Sometimes I eat while I watch a series or a movie in English. That way, I relax and I practice listening at the same time. After dinner, I sometimes call a friend or talk to my family. On some evenings, I go to the gym or I go for a run. On other evenings, I just stay home and read or play video games. Around 10:30 or 11 p.m., I start to get ready for bed. I brush my teeth, wash my face, and put on pajamas. Before I sleep, I like to read a few pages of a book or listen to a relaxing playlist. I usually go to bed around 11:30 or midnight.
My evening is a little similar. I usually finish work around 6 p.m. When I get home, I change my clothes. I like to put on something comfortable, like sweatpants and a big t-shirt. Then I make dinner. Sometimes I cook, sometimes I heat up leftovers, and sometimes, honestly, I just order food. I usually eat around 7 or 7:30 p.m. I like to watch YouTube while I eat. Sometimes I watch English lessons. Sometimes I watch travel vlogs or cooking videos. After dinner, I clean the kitchen a little. I wash the dishes, or at least I put them in the sink, and pretend I will wash them later. On some evenings, I meet friends. We go out for a drink, have dinner together, or just walk around the city. On other evenings, I stay home and have some me time. I read a book, watch a movie, or do some yoga. I usually start my night routine around 10:30 p.m. I take off my makeup, wash my face, and put on night cream. Then I brush my teeth and change into pajamas. Before I sleep, I like to write for 5 minutes in my journal about my day. Then I turn off the lights and try to sleep before midnight.
So many good habits. I'm impressed.
Thank you. I'm trying to be a responsible adult. It's a work in progress. Let's give our listeners some evening and night vocabulary. Have dinner, cook dinner, order food, do the dishes, watch TV, watch a movie, watch a series, meet friends, go out, stay home, play video games, read a book, go to the gym, go for a run, go to bed, go to sleep, fall asleep.
You can put these together in simple sentences like, I have dinner at 8 p.m. I watch a series on Netflix. I talk to my friends online. I go to bed at 11:30. Now let's talk about how to describe your whole day from morning to night in one short story. This is a great way to practice speaking. I'll go first. Listen to my example, and then later you can create your own version. On weekdays, I usually wake up at 7 a.m. I get up and check my phone. Then I go to the bathroom, brush my teeth, and wash my face. After that, I make coffee and have a light breakfast. I get dressed and start work at around 8 a.m. I work from home, so I sit at my desk and answer emails, go to online meetings, and work on my projects. Around 1 p.m., I have lunch. I usually cook something simple, like pasta or rice with vegetables. After lunch, I take a short walk outside and then continue working. In the afternoon, I have more meetings and I prepare content. I usually finish work at around 6 p.m. In the evening, I relax, cook dinner, and watch a series or a movie. Sometimes I go to the gym or call my friends. I go to bed at around 11:30 p.m. That's my typical day.
That's a great example. Very clear and simple. Now I will do mine. On a typical workday, I wake up at 6:30 a.m. I drink a glass of water, open the window, and stretch a little. Then I go to the bathroom, brush my teeth, wash my face, and make my bed. After that, I prepare breakfast. I often have oatmeal or yogurt with fruit and tea. Around 7:30, I get dressed and get ready for work. I usually leave my apartment at 8 a.m. and take the bus or the metro. I start work at 9 a.m. During the morning, I answer emails, go to meetings, and work on different tasks. At around 12:30, I have lunch. Sometimes I eat at my desk, sometimes I eat with coworkers. In the afternoon, I continue working. I take short breaks to walk or stretch. I finish work at 6 p.m. In the evening, I go home, change into comfortable clothes, and make dinner or order food. After dinner, I watch YouTube, read a book, or meet friends. I start my night routine around 10:30 and usually go to bed before midnight. Very simple, but this is real life.
Exactly. So now it's your turn. After this episode, try to talk about your own day. You can record yourself on your phone, use the vocabulary we practiced today. Let's review some of the key verbs and phrases from this episode. Wake up, get up, make the bed, Brush your teeth, take a shower, get dressed. Have breakfast, go to work, go to school, have lunch, take a break, go for a walk, check emails, finish work, have dinner, wash the dishes, watch TV, meet friends, go to bed, go to sleep.
And some useful time expressions. In the morning, in the afternoon, in the evening, at night, at 7 a.m., at 8 p.m., on weekdays, on weekends. Every day, usually, sometimes, always, never. You can make many sentences with these. For example, I usually wake up at 7 a.m. I always brush my teeth in the morning. I sometimes go out in the evening. I never go to bed before 10 p.m.
Also, notice the simple present structure. I wake up, I go, I have, I finish. For daily routines, we usually use the simple present tense.
Before we finish, let's add some fun questions you can use to talk about your day with other people. Example questions. What time do you wake up? What do you usually have for breakfast? How do you go to work or school? What do you do in the afternoon? What time do you finish work or classes? What do you usually do in the evening? What time do you go to bed?
These questions are perfect for small talk. You can ask a new classmate, a coworker, or a language partner, and of course you can answer them about yourself. So, what did we learn today? We learned a lot of daily routine vocabulary, how to describe your morning, afternoon, and evening, how to put your whole day into a simple story, and how to ask basic questions about someone's day.
And you did all of this in English. That's amazing progress. Your English sidekicks are proud of you. If you enjoyed this episode and you want more simple, fun English podcasts, don't forget to subscribe to Sidekick English, like this video, and share it with a friend who also wants to learn English.
Also, tell us about your day in the comments. Try to write 5 to 10 sentences about your daily routine in English. Use the verbs and phrases from this episode. We read your comments, and we love seeing your progress.
Thank you so much for listening and learning with us today. Keep practicing, keep speaking, and let English be your sidekick every day.
See you in the next episode of Sidekick English.
Bye for now.
Bye-bye.